And good day. Today we're having a look at this. It's a diamond glass cutter. It's an oil-filled one. It's the cheapest one I've ever bought, and we'll be putting it to the test shortly. Now, with these particular type of glass cutters, you unscrew the actual section here, so the ferrule comes apart. There's a little hole that you can see here. You'd put a little bit of oil in there. I'll just close this up again. Oh no, why not just put it down? That's better. Okay, you just use a bit of oil. I've got a bit of old oil. This stuff here is really old. If you look at this tin, anyone that's familiar with this will realise that this is about 60 years old. So it's an old tin. And basically all you've got to do is pop a couple of drops of oil into that section there. You don't need to fill it up, just a small amount, and it'll do the job beautifully. And once you've got the oil in there, you just simply screw this back up, and you put the glass cutter to use. So the following video will show this in action and how easy it actually is to use. And if you're after a glass cutter and you're not obviously not a professional, you just need to cut a couple of panes of glass or a couple of mirrors or whatever, this is the way to go. They're really brilliant. I've got to admit, I'm very happy with this. I've got my mirror sitting on a bit of cardboard on a little workbench. Glass cutters beside it. I'm using a level as my guide. There's a little tape measure, pen, a couple of gloves, and a little bit of light oil. So that's all you need to have a successful cut. Okay, the first thing we need to do is obviously measure the glass. Now my glass that I need to cut, or the mirror, is 220 by 220, and all I've got is a rather large texter, which is not ideal for marking, but it'll do the job. Basically you just simply measure out 220, and we do the same on the other side. 220. Just make certain it's correct. A bit light. And as I said, you really do need a smaller texture than the one I've got here. Just it's a bit on the large size. That'll do it. Now, okay, now that I've got it marked, we turn it around. I'm using obviously this, which is just at a level I've got laying around, and we will line it up, the actual glass cutter, with the edge Okay, that's pretty good. Put a bit of pressure to hold the glass in place. With the glass cutter, hold vertical, or just off vertical. Put even pressure on it. And scribe through. And that's basically all you've got to do. And at the next stage, you just slide this out of the way. We'll put the glass on the edge, right on the edge like that. Put your gloves on, because you don't want to take a chance on injuring your hands. It's the last thing we want to do. Let's slide this up a bit more. And put the glass so you can actually see it break. Oh, it's still in the way. Oh. Running out of space. Okay. Yep, that'll do. Then you just grab it, put an even pressure down, push it down evenly, and that's it. And as you can see, it's cut. Now I'll just push this all back again and take my gloves off. Now what we do to separate the glass from the back, from the actual mirror backing, just get something sharp and simply scribe along, and there you go. Simple as that. I mean, you can't get any easier than that for cutting glass or mirrors. I'm very impressed with this diamond cutter. Now we'll get on to the next stage, which is cutting the next little bit, and funny enough, 220 again. So we'll do basically the same thing. Position that there, grab our marker, measure out 220. Same again, 220. Yep, 220. Exact same scenario. Turn it into a position that you're comfortable with. Grab the cutter and just do a positioning so you've got it just so she's in the right spot. Okay. Yep. Again, oops, I wobbled it, darn it. Reposition again. Yep, that's it. Put a bit of pressure on it. Again, hold it down. Clean scribe along the edge. Move all this out of the way again. Again, put the mirror along a nice clean sharp edge. Back on with the gloves. When you're playing with glass, you can never be too careful. It's the last thing you want to do is cut your hands, especially unnecessarily, just for the sake of a couple of dollars in the gloves. Okay, move that across again. Where are we? There we go. Give or take just on the edge. Yep, that'll do. And again, even pressure, push down, and that's it. It is that easy to cut the glass. You can't get any easier than that. And we'll just run this through. And there we go. Nicely cut. We'll test it and see what it looks like on the bed. Hopefully it'll work. And there it is, cut away, nothing to it. Really, really easy. Amazing how this contraption works. Yeah, absolutely amazing. Very, very happy with this. It's not expensive. It's quite a cheap one. It's one of the cheaper. Oh God, I can't get it in front. Hang on, we'll try it. There we go. That's better. It's one of the cheaper glass cutters I've ever owned. It's a little diamond type one, and I'm wrapped in it. It works so easy, first time every time. It's brilliant for the cost. And if you're interested in getting one, I'll have a link below for you.